Welcome back, folks.
It's Saturday.
It's Saturday.
A rare day off where we can get back to it after some time away.
We've been away for a while. Yeah.
I couldn't even remember what we were doing, but Sean does recall, luckily, and we have to try and get to the antechamber and the foundation.
Yeah, I think we just got really unlucky last time that we happened to make it to the antechamber on our own where we didn't reach the foundation. So we couldn't go through the regular basement door. We have 90 steps to start. Okay.
Did we get the sauna last time or something? Or
I think so, yeah.
if we haven't, can't remember.
Look, see what's out here. The shelter was pretty nice.
It was pretty handy. Because the red rooms are powerful.
I also feel like we might need to... Is there something else in like the computer lab room that we were going to re-investigate?
I think we did that already.
Okay.
Like, we used everybody else's code and stuff, and we went through all the whole logs and everything.
Right, okay. But we still don't know what's up with the, like, keys. Like the electronic, like, key reader, key... You know what I think? Oh, there's, like, that console at the center that has the 3 pieces.
Oh, the little, like, microchip things?
Yeah, the microchips.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. Them?
Yeah.
Or a hallway, I guess. No,
Yeah, put
them.
that
Let's put them. I agree. We don't need the key yet. Storeroom? Put the dead end down here? On the edge?
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
I really want to try and figure out what that safe in the drafting room was.
Yeah,
Like how to open that.
I know. I'm still really intrigued. Okay. I feel like it has to do something with all the...
Basement key!
Right.
So we actually don't need to get to the antechamber.
Right, because that's right, because we got the coat check and made sure. So let's not take it... Well, I guess you can go ahead and take it, because we can always just drop it back off later if we can't get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So perfect. Setting us up for success. Alright, so now all we have to do is get to the foundation, which should be trivial. We were also messing with the water levels.
Yeah, we need to empty the reservoir.
Well,
Right,
we thought we
'cause
might
we-
need to because that's one of the things, but I think we might actually... We'll have more info when we get to the foundation, I think. And then Luke told us that we apparently missed something when we drained the aquarium.
Yeah, there's something like in the aquarium to look at. Maybe it's another tiny safe.
Maybe.
Bedroom?
Yeah, I think so. Nice.
I keep wishing this hat was like an item I could pick up. This I also like have never understood.
I don't know if this means anything or if it's... it is curious that you can like inspect it so closely.
Yeah. It looks like this table's wearing a thong.
Gotta go dining room, I guess. Yeah.
I think so. I feel like it's kind of unusual to see it this low down in the other ranks.
For sure. Oh,
Utility closet?
heck yeah. Got ourselves a good build so far.
Maybe. Full security.
What did we gain from turning all the lights to the correct colors, like in that password? Like, what did we get from that? Is that something we
It
can
unlocked one of the permanent doors, I think.
Right. Okay.
I'm
so
fairly
it's-
certain that's what that did.
Right. So it's not something that needs to be done repeatedly.
I don't believe so, no.
I think going for the parlor here probably makes sense.
Yeah. Probably. I kind of would like the veranda, but... I feel like the green rooms are so rare to pull.
Yeah.
And, like, if you can chain them together, they really are super nice.
Mm-hmm.
See, those curtains are closed again.
Which way are we looking?
The windows are on the western side. The northern side.
Right. So I think the only difference is the curtains are closed if it faces an interior wall. And
I thought so, but I checked and that's not the case.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember making a note of it.
So if both of those are true, then the blue box is false, which means that the gems are in a
which
box.
means
The true statement, they're in the
which
blue
means
box,
that
right?
can't be true.
So they're in the blue box, right?
I mean,
isn't that the solution? So if white and black are both true,
I mean, they can't both be true at the same time.
oh, never mind. Right. Because right.
Because
Sorry.
has to be, you know what I mean?
I thought they referred to each other. I didn't. Yeah, the blue. Right. So correct. So that can't.
So if this box is true, this is false, which means this is true, and then the gems would be in here.
Mm-hmm.
If this is false, this is true, which means this is false, which means the gems would be in here.
Yep. Got it.
Any which way, I'm fairly certain they're in here, right?
You're the Rain Man of these puzzles. I have to sit here and think for a really long time.
Darling, security!
Security!
I wish it was not oriented in that manner.
Yeah. Still, I mean, if we take that, we would have two chances to reach the foundation. We either need a room that turns left and goes to the foundation,
Or one that goes like straight and then up and then over.
Yeah, we do have some other options. Or you can just go ahead and, okay, never mind. This is the plan.
It's the plan. We're going with it. There's things in here.
Might as well set your key card doors and all that.
You're so right.
Low.
Why?
We don't have a key card.
But the doors are off. All of the doors will just open now.
Oh, I thought that. I'm not sure what I thought that did. I guess I thought that like
I mean, it does.
disabled the like doors appearing at all. But I guess if that's the case.
No, you can set them to appear like more often or less often, or
Right.
like an average amount.
But so
But because
the
all of
breaker box,
because all of the doors are
unpowered,
and the
Right.
offline mode is now to be unlocked,
you're right,
we can ask for more keycard doors
because they're all
because
right.
they're all open.
Yes, got it.
You see? a map.
Wow. See, yeah. You're a brilliant strategist after all.
I guess it has to be the kitchen.
It has to be the kitchen.
Can't be anything else. It's pretty tragic. I like getting the lab if I can.
There's more opportunities.
Yeah, maybe.
But because we have the basement key, and this early in the thing, we can just head straight down and see what's in the basement from the quote-unquote direct, or correct direction. Biscoffs are so goddamn good.
They're so good. I can't believe you haven't had them before.
It's crazy. Here we go. Trivial. Oh, we can learn one of the other statue people's names.
Huh?
That thing.
We can?
Oh, I just assumed it would have a name carved on it, but maybe not.
You think this thing takes power also?
Maybe.
That looks like one of the like power conduits, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can make a note here. Excuse me. Look at this creepy guy.
Looks like one of the priests of High Brothgar.
Right, so we can't do anything in here? Priest is telling us where to go. That was a little excessive. It didn't need to go out that far.
Right, we've got ourselves.
Can we get that over to that button over there?
Right.
Somehow? That button, you know?
Yeah, or at least I wonder if you can, because it
Oh,
looks
like
like if we could walk up there, you can probably
across
walk
the
across the
boxes,
boxes. We just need a way to.
Something like that? Perhaps?
But there must be another way to like walk up, and then basically you're building like a bridge with those things, right? I'm guessing you can only move forward and back.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think this is the idea that you. Well, I'm guessing you walk up onto the boxes from somewhere else. All that's doing is forming the bridge.
No,
This is
I'm
how you walk up there.
Aware of the idea, but there's no like ramps or shit. You know what I mean? Move this more out of the way. Push this goes really far. Where are we even going with that?
Let's explore the rest of the room before trying to place these correctly. Maybe we'll have a better idea.
It's a little bright. Do you mind closing this blind for me, please?
Sure.
Thanks, handsome.
Also, hold on.
Brightness fully on. There's another one here. Now that we can get to it. Oh, look. Look!
Yeah.
Here we
I was
go.
gonna say, yeah, the entrance has to be elsewhere, and then...
Okay, let's stick it in.
Right, okay, so we need one there.
That's that one.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we get there? God, this guy walks so fucking slow. Go through the back here?
Yeah, this one. Wait, is that a thing? Go back? Oh, never mind.
See, how do we get back there?
Will that keep going forward? Never mind, I guess that's where you want that one.
Does would rather a lot. But this isn't the way, you know what I mean?
Look around behind there, see if there's an entrance from the other side.
That's what I was just over here for, but there isn't. It's all blocked off.
I'm in.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Like, walk around this thing, but, like, keep looking at the wall. Yeah, like, look, like, back there. See, can we see anything back in there? Yeah, that's what I mean.
Just a really helpful set of stairs. Locked in behind everything else. My arm's getting tired. Something like that. Oh, I don't know how you manage.
Push that one forward and then slide in the lifting one into here. It does look like a bit too wide of a gap, eh?
Maybe you just need to... Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like there's another, like, thing to fit in here. I think it's the other... There was one more sitting over there that you haven't pulled into the wall. Not on the other side of the room. Back over that way.
This one?
Yeah.
I mean,
although
I don't know
can't
where to
slot
take it,
in
you know?
anywhere, though.
Yeah.
Either way, if we can't find out
how to get
to move that first one,
then it's sort of irrelevant. Let's keep going back this way and see what we can see. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Yep.
Back a little bit.
There we go. Okay, I'll have to pull the other one over too.
It's gonna be too tall.
I don't think so.
It goes up.
You'll have to.
You
have to
make a little pull for myself first.
Yep. Forward? Yeah, it needs to go forward. Oh,
it doesn't matter. It's
sure.
just to get a hole for myself to come through. Anyway.
What are you doing?
My arm's really tired of like being held up. This looks interactable somehow.
That gap is jumpable.
Yeah.
Because I don't
maybe you're supposed to like caddy corner over there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because I don't see anything else. Since everything only moves like kind of in perpendicular directions. Orthogonal is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's just a tiny little caddy corner.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Oh yeah.
Hopefully this is now nothing. It's not going to be what I want it to be.
There's another arrow painted on the box. The one directly in front of you, like up there. It's on the other side of these boxes. Keep going. To the left. Scoot back a little bit. Direction you came? Sorry. Direction you came from. But look at that bookshelf thing. There it is. See that arrow?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What does it all mean?
There's arrows.
Right, and here's where we've drained most of the water out of the reservoir, which was my concern. I think the reservoirs, needs to be set to different levels to achieve different access points.
It needs to be totally drained for us to figure out what those are.
Right, yeah.
Look at all those.
Mm-hmm. But you see, one or two levels up will let you access, that side thing.
That.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But your boat has to be over here already.
Right, so you need to set it at the right level to access the boat.
God, that pisses me off. This is a maze down here, Jesus. Guessing
No,
that's
no.
not an option?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, what good does this do me? Oh, God.
That's
That's really complex.
What if... Go...
I mean, I just want to look at where the long arms are. You understand what I mean?
Mhm.
We'd have to turn this 1, 2, 3 times. And then 5.
Yeah. So 3 and 5 turns will...
We'll put the lower level
So let's
somewhere.
see if we can connect...
There's another one over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, without even being sure of like where we're trying to get, it's hard to say. Okay, so there's 1.
2, 3.
Okay. Yeah, let's go see what the other one is.
If this still takes us to the same mechanism. No, this also takes us to a rotator. I'm so daunted by this puzzle. My God.
Okay, so there's
4.
4 and then 5.
And then 5. But now we
Have no way off of this one, so we have to go...
Well, we can go over there.
Yeah.
Let's start with this level. How about that?
Yeah, for
Let's
sure.
just start with this.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the rest of the
Map that we couldn't
map
see
that we
before.
couldn't
I remember like there was like the buried floor plans area somewhere.
which is 10. So there is 10. But it doesn't say like where that is here.
Without the magnifying glass, I can't remember what part of the map it was on.
Catacombs, so that's kind of interesting. We can go there, maybe. I don't know what this means. Oh, that's the minecart that's in the way,
I think so,
maybe?
yeah.
Oh, right, because we came up this way.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't get through here.
Because we've accessed...
So we need to go...
We've accessed that before, because you get there from, like, the outside, because that's that little, like, room down where there's near, like, the chessboard and stuff. That's that room. Like, that circular one with, like, all the stuff around. I think so.
I don't know that... I don't know what you're talking about, maybe. Whoops, sorry.
We could save this.
Cliffside exit.
Put it in the Excel document.
How do I...
Windows Shift S.
Hold on a moment. While we figure out where all of our things are.
You'll need to Alt-Tab out to the desktop. You need to create a new tab. Yeah, I would just do that and just put this map on it.
Can I just Control V?
Yep. You can shrink that down a little bit if you need. Great. Sorry.
I'm just trying to view it. Control S. Okay. So we have to get here. We have to get here so that we can push this minecart out of the way.
So see, what we want is number 9 to the north lever, which will open the antechamber. That's the north door in the antechamber, which will lead to the 46th room.
Oh.
You see?
You see? A man.
A man.
Let me make a little note about that. Chess pieces, dates, people, room notes, bold words, random notes, clues, safes.
I am quite sad that we still we've only gotten the tomb chamber, like the catacombs, the one time.
Yeah. Room 9 on map opens north antechamber door. Okay, and we can presumably figure that out back in the other room. In this room, sorry.
So I think that's that room off to your right.
That one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that does make sense. So we need to be there, I think, in order to access that.
So there are 8 positions this can be in.
Okay. This is the reservoir, right? Okay. How do we deal with this?
I don't know if we have any ability from where we are to, like, configure this so that we can access the next level.
We need to get in there somehow. We need to get into that little room. Which we...
Because from the...
Yeah, we'll need this piece.
Right, so, like, or I wonder if it requires, like, you need to set this a certain way, then go somewhere else. Maybe you need to raise it or something. I'm not really
God.
Sure. Let's keep rotate this around until we can go raise and lower it again. Let's have another.
Pretty sure that's this way.
Yeah. So this raises the thing, but we have no access here.
Yeah, how do you set this thing to be raised? And then...
Because you can see, like, yeah, there's other ways of accessing this room, so I wonder if you just need to come at it from a different side, and maybe that's what the map is to help you figure out, is with all the different areas you can access it from. So...
Okay, so they share this arm. You see they share this arm?
Uh-huh. And then... Right. Okay, so, like, if we think about... Maybe it will be helpful to, like, label each of these positions.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Like the gears, you know, because there's 8 positions on this gear. So if we label them, like, 1 through 8, for example... That might help us figure out, especially as we're moving from thing to thing, if we have, like, if each gear has a number, so we're saying we need to, like, rotate the thing. So knowing that, for example, the upper level has the arms on positions 5 and 8.
I mean, we can. I don't know how we're going to keep it straight, considering, like, there's no real distinguishing markings to be like, okay, this is position
well, that's what I'm saying.
1 versus that being position 1 or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's why we'll just have to come up with a scheme so that we can keep track of what position it's in. So if the position, like, if we're calling the arms on the upper one positions 5 and 8, then the lower one has positions at, like, 2 and 8 or whatever it is, and that helps us understand the relationship between those two. So let's figure that out real quick.
Okay.
So if these are 5 and 8, where are the arms on the lower one?
There's the other one. So whatever that is.
5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2. It is 2. Okay.
So 5 and 2.
Yeah. So the upper level is 5 and 8, and the lower level is 5 and 2? Is that correct? Where's the other arm?
I don't know. I'm not following you on this journey, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
You're on your own on that one.
Okay. Yeah. Where's the other arm in the lower one?
I'm standing on it.
It lines up with this one. Okay.
Oh, well, maybe. Maybe it's
Or does
this
it?
one. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that's
sure,
what I'm trying to figure out.
it's this one, I think. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, I mean, it doesn't matter where we start. We can just label the one across from us as 1, if you want.
Why don't we label this one 1, because they are both,
Okay.
like, stacked on top of each
Okay,
other.
that's
How
a
about
great,
that?
That's a great idea. Yeah. Okay. So the one, the position 1 has both of the arms, and then we just go clockwise from there.
Maybe you should draw a picture.
Or take a screenshot. Got it.
I mean, I suspect you're probably right in that we need to, like, set it a particular way, and then...
Because otherwise, if we don't make a note of where these arms are, we're just going to be walking around randomly turning things and having to come back to see if it lines up. Whereas if we know where the things are to turn them, then we
you don't
won't
have to. You don't have to justify
yes.
it. I understand.
Okay, so give me a second here to...
Let me
this
go
so we have-
make sure I'm standing on number 1. Not.
help us keep track
Okay.
of where this is at.
So, what would you like to do now?
Good question. So, like, we know where we are trying to go. So the ultimate goal is to line this up so that we can access.
That room.
Yeah.
This room. Which we can't do from here.
Presumably, we're going to need to utilize both levels, which also tells us we're probably going to need to access this from a different area. So
This makes me sad. More than anything else.
let's just have a look real quick and see. So if let's line the bottom gear up with the door that we want it to go through. Like when the bottom gear is lined up, so they're 2 positions off. So the second arm, if one arm's going there, the other arm is going to be angled there, okay, which doesn't do us any good. And then 2 doors to the left, there. So you see what I'm saying? So if we raise these platforms and the lower gear is the one that's on this level, it will be coming out of there and connecting to the 9th room.
I'm having a hard time following you in this journey.
Okay. So what I'm trying to see
Yeah, we
is,
need to be able to go here.
correct. They're
Right?
2 gears apart.
Yeah.
Which is, so if we bring the lower gear up, because its 2 arms are 2 spaces apart,
Oh,
it will connect this one
aren't these
and
2 spaces apart?
Those are 3 spaces apart because that's the gear that's currently there, which is why we can't get them to line up. Do you see what I'm saying?
I think so. I'm
So
having
the
a really
point-
hard time following you.
The
but
point
I
is,
think so.
if okay, we've turned it 1 too far, but
I mean, we need to raise it up.
I understand. I'm trying to show you what the yes, correct. We need to raise the thing, and when when the lower gear is on this level, because right now
Yeah,
the upper gear
I
is on this
understand what
level.
you're saying. We need the we need
Okay,
to,
well,
we need
you
to
also just said you weren't following.
we need
so-
to raise this thing up
Yep.
because it's the lower gear that has the correct orientation
Yeah.
to go from the west side to the north side.
Yeah, that's all I was trying to say.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not a problem. But after we raise it up, we can't get off the platform with the lever.
Yeah, like that is the other mystery to solve is, but at least now we know that with like that's the configuration we're aiming for, and we need to be able to access the gear when the lower one is in that position. So the first thing is to set the gear in that position, and then we'll need to access it. We'll need to come in from here, like the reservoir, like minecart track area, and then
yeah, that's not the problem. The problem is how do we raise it and then leave?
Right. Yeah, that now is the question of how do we
because
get
once
set
we
in
come
that
over
configuration.
here and raise this,
Correct. We can't.
so
leave
this
from here,
needs
so.
to be. See, that's the thing. It's like I don't know how to.
Is there a way out? If we, right. So if we set position 1 over here,
Right, that's the way it needs to be. Is position 1 needs to be.
then we raise it, and then we can go out,
Yes,
and then we can exit and maybe come back another way where that will let us turn.
but
it.
we can't.
So let's turn this so that position 1 is here, and we'll go from there.
So now we have to go in through there, wherever that is.
That's the minecart, like other like mine entrance thing. Which I believe, because we pulled that minecart out of the way, we can access that from the outside.
I don't think we did pull the minecart out of the way.
Or is that something we need to go to the reservoir first and access that area?
I think that's what it is, yeah. That, or if you have the tomb and your candlestick lighter, you can... Because that... I'm imagining that's how you get... My brain's rotted already. If you have the candlestick lighter, if you have the right equipment and the workshop, and you can make the little thing that lights the candles, and you have the catacombs... You can go into the catacombs and light all of the ruby-studded candlesticks. And I imagine that's the door that allows you to access this area. Are you following me on that at all?
Mm-hmm.
We obviously don't have any of that, and we don't have the catacombs, so it's sort of irrelevant.
But we've been down into that area before.
No, we haven't.
We have, because the fountain leads from here on position 5 on this map. And then, because we've been on the reservoir area where the boat was, we've been on this side of the reservoir, because that's where the fountain basement entrance takes you down into that area. We have been there, which means...
But we haven't... I don't think we've moved this minecart out of the way. Like, I don't think we've been in that tunnel where the number 7 is.
Let's go outside and take a look and see if we can get it there. I mean, you might be right. I'm not entirely sure. Because, yeah, the next step is going to be having to set the...
Because this is... Yeah, the minecart needs to be here, like directly in front of us here.
Right, it needs to be pushed in from the other side.
Right. So the only way to get there at the moment is to go down...
Go into the basement from the...
From the fountain entrance.
Mm-hmm.
There's excavation tunnel. I'm not entirely sure if that's clear. I don't know what torch chamber is.
I'm pretty sure that's the room... I thought that was the room, like, down near where the, chessboard was.
Do you want to see if we can go down there?
Yeah, let's go. Let's head outside and just have a look and see
what's over there. Sometimes I'm like, man, I surely am not moving that slowly, and then I take my finger off the shift key and I'm like, oh. I was moving fast. I can move even slower. Yeah, I think, like, this entrance is something relevant.
Yeah, because we also have the mystery, because as far as we know, in order to completely drain the reservoir, we're also going to need to power
Yeah,
the pump. It just seems like there's
I
so
have
many things you have to do before
absolutely no idea how Luke and Maggie have done it already. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Unless we're way overcomplicating it, and it isn't actually that hard.
Right, okay. I don't think this is the torture room, but this is the round room that, like, I thought the... Like, that was room number 7 on there. This is what I was thinking of, because it's, like, off of a tunnel, and it's, like, a circular room. But I don't think that's what this is. I don't know, I mean, is it?
Maybe that's what this is. Maybe it's through here.
Right. Yeah, so the question is, so now that we've been down here, we've been into the basement, we haven't really unlocked... Yeah, I think we're gonna need... We need more access points to that gear system. So we have two options. We can either continue filling out the house, and we can try to get the reservoir. If we get the reservoir set to 0, we can also raise the reservoir like 2 to 3 levels, and see if we can take the boat like over to that extra tunnel thing that's down there.
Oh, you want to see if we can get the pump room.
Right. But in order to do that, though...
Yeah, we don't need the boiler room for that.
Correct, but the problem is we have to empty the fountain to get back. So not only do we need to raise the reservoir a level or 2, we also have to drain the fountain. And I don't know if we can do both of those things. Because we can't access the side of the
boat.
We can't access the side of the reservoir with the boat without. So maybe I think we in either case I think we need to power the pump room so that we can move all that water.
I'm so fatigued by this.
Scout has so little patience for this kind of stuff.
Can't do this, have to do that first, but can't do that because you have to do this first, and then maybe randomly you'll get something. Whatever.
She's pissed.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, whatever, man. Probably
Courtyard?
courtyard or hallway, either or. Depends on if you want the keys or the gems.
I guess we
are kind of low on
Low
keys.
on
Maybe
keys.
hallway's the way to go. Well, let's try to fill out like the rest of the bottom part of the.
reading nook.
Yep, that makes sense.
Library, I guess.
We have other ways of going north. What if we put the pantry down there and then we can put a dead end room in there?
Oh, I see.
I think it makes the most sense because we still have the other foundation and the hallway heading north.
Sure. Oh, and don't forget, you have to have enough steps. to do the 80,000 things you need to do.
She is pissed.
I hate this place.
Okay. You drop that in there, just don't step in there. Okay.
Cool. So that we can get the pump room.
For sure. Let's go back to the foundation now and start filling in the other side before we carry on there. We're immune to the chapel effects, so I think we might as well chuck it down.
I want to do the gymnasium.
Maybe the gym does make more sense.
Yeah.
We have the power. I guess it's just up to the map because we have the power to the gym cut off anyway, so we're already immune to that effect. So that'll be the second shelter like red room we've like burned because the first one was the lavatory, which you know what I mean. So like we're immune to the chapel, but we're immune to the gymnasium anyway. I think go for the chapel. It's not a huge deal.
Yeah. It matters.
That makes sense.
Library?
Yeah, the garage is awfully tempting, but we're really like we're gonna lose access to a huge chunk of the house if we do that. I think it's gotta be the library. A chest.
Yeah.
Just so distraught by everything.
I mean, we only have one key. We can't. Ow!
It's like, who fucking cares? What's the point of anything?
We only have one key, so we can't use it on the chest, you know? Like,
What
have we not
what if
looked
it's
at?
got keys in it?
what have we not looked at?
Have
The
we...
history? We can get the full version of the...
Realm and Rune,
We want-
right? That's...
Have we seen the last drafting strategy?
I can't remember. I don't
can't
think we've
either.
looked at the full copy of Realm and Rune, so let's rent that. See what we got. You want to take a chance to see if there's keys in the key thing?
Why not? Who cares?
She doesn't give a shit.
I don't care.
Oh man,
It's just money.
just money.
I guess we do have the commissary, so...
We can go back and buy keys
key.
if needed.
Oh, we still have the basement key. That's cool. That means we can check it at least again.
Right, yeah, the fact it's not used each time, so you can go back to the coat check and turn that in, which is probably worth doing
Yeah, for sure.
before we run out of steps. So at least there's that, like the basement key is more easily acquirable.
Oh, we can get 2 keys.
I guess we gotta. How close are we to the coat check from here? Is it worth doing it? Are we close enough?
I mean, we're
Yeah.
not going to get closer
Yeah,
until
right.
we
Yeah,
leave,
yeah.
so...
Yeah, I think it's worth just go ahead and putting that back. wonder if maybe if we end up outside again, maybe this will be a good time to try to see if we can go down to the chessboard again and put the chess pieces in the configuration where there are those rooms, like on the house, and see if maybe that unlocks something.
Have we
But
got all
maybe,
the pieces?
I guess not, though, because we're still missing the king and queen. So maybe you can only do that like after you have the office and the study or whatever those rooms are. Okay. We're still immune to that, so I think
that's the way to go,
for
right?
that for sure. Yeah. Very nice.
Do you have anything here?
It's usually a couple items in here, I
goodies?
thought. Maybe not. Lab door there. Ooh.
Should we go west first?
Probably.
We could put in the boiler room, and
Got our
then
boiler room.
we can either try and get the pump room to the north of the boiler room
Mhm.
or to the east of it.
Yeah, I think
That's
either way,
okay.
that's the way to go, for sure.
Come on, pump room.
No. That's probably
I mean, we don't have that much energy left. That's the
right.
problem.
Yeah, the extra steps are gonna be good.
Magnifying glass in there.
Okay, and you don't get the steps until you step
into
in,
the
so,
room, yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of surprising. Oh, right. I gotta fucking... Oh,
Oh, man, I didn't notice that either.
that's pretty tragic.
Yeah, because I definitely wouldn't have chucked down the
Man.
guest bedroom there. Because, yeah, that's a long way around. Probably best just to head north from the archives and see. Maybe we can go around the guest bedroom over to the pool that way, like toward that way. It's still a pain, but I think it's still closer than going all the way around.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. And just go ahead and draft it while you're here, see what you get. Okay, and it'd have to be the spare room
Guess so.
to go around.
I'm gonna not be able to open any more doors.
Right, we're gonna start
What's
running
gonna
into
happen?
locked doors. Yeah.
I think that's the end. This way.
Oh, maybe we do. Wasn't there a... Somebody wrote a letter at some stage about, like, moving one of the statues into the... moving one of the statues into the basement? She's pissed. She is pissed, folks.
Moving one of the statues in the basement?
Somebody wrote a letter at one stage about, like, how they moved a statue of X person down into the basement. So whichever the statue that in the basement is the statue with that name.
Oh, we have money.
We
We have a single
I
money.
mean, we could go break the chapel thing, but I don't think this is the time to use that.
Whatever.
We didn't. Did we get the thing where hallways are always unlocked?
No.
Okay. How far away? Oh, the utility closet's very far away.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares?
Who fucking cares? That's great. She's like,
the epic highs and lows
Yeah,
of high school football.
she's like, this game fucking hates me. Everything's fucking stupid. Everything's the worst. Like, blah, 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 whatever. It's like
Of course,
yay!
we can't power it because we're not in line with the boiler room.
This was real ultimate skill. But the thing is, like...
But we can remove the stuff from the fountain if we wanted.
Right. But do we... I mean, yeah, I guess we could... God, the fountain has a lot of water. Holy crap.
I mean, it can all go into the reservoir.
Right, but does that actually accomplish anything for us? Yes, because we can go check that minecart and maybe push the minecart off their side. Let's have another look at it. So we should do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth doing. We can't do anything else.
Right.
The question is, can we get out in time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Well, even if not...
8, 9, 10, 11. And then we've got like 10 more steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be right there. It's like, even if not, at least the fountain will be drained for next time.
Right. 2. I have somewhere I need to be now.
We're about at the hour mark for our episode as well, so...
I mean, it's gonna be... This feels like a silly place to call it.
It does.
You know what I mean?
It's just gonna have to be a long episode.
It's gonna be a long ep. Sorry, not that sorry.
Hashtag sorry, a little sorry.
No, none sorry.
not
None sorry
sorry.
with left beef.
She doesn't give a shit. I don't give a toot.
Don't give it to. Right, and we need to go to the coat check and pick up our key again.
I think we probably shouldn't do that because
We
there's...
can't get into the basement otherwise.
We'll have to wait. I think we should wait until the next run because the risk we're running there is if we go get the coat check, if we get the basement key from the
Oh,
coat
you
check
want to
and do
just call it now?
I think so, because the thing is, because the fountain's drained, because if we go get the coat check key, if we use any steps and we can't drop the key off again, then we will have to get back to the antechamber to get the basement key.
Look!
Oh,
Look at that.
I mean, might as well.
I mean, do we have enough...
Well, we're just
I think
gonna...
there's a strategic argument to picking the sauna.
That makes a lot of
that's-
sense. Yep. We're gearing up
We're
gearing up for a big day tomorrow.
Yeah, and we don't have time or steps to, like, run around and, like, see where things are. Like,
Yep. Yeah, we can't go find all these keys anyway, so...
yeah.
Yeah, anyway, because I think if we pick up the basement key and go outside with it, we're not going to get it dropped off again.
Look, arrows.
Yeah. It's very mysterious.
Arrows in the clock. Okay.
I mean, we could go back to the spare room. Oh, no, because that door's locked.
That door's
and we
locked is
don't
the problem.
have- Yeah. Is there anything else we need to look at?
Nope.
I don't
I don't
think
believe
so. All right, then. Well,
Well, that was the thing that happened.
that was the thing that happened.
It was mostly irritating, and then it was enjoyable right at the very end, but in a way that still makes the game irritating.
She's like, see, I had a great time when we found the pump room, and it was totally random. I hate this game.
Bye.
Goodbye, see ya.